Hello, hello! Welcome back to Mass Effect 2. It's actually an entirely different recording session from the last episode. I am ill, so forgive me if I make any bad sounds this session. Look at that. Look at our character's incredibly gaunt cheekbones. My face is so shiny. Are you, like, caked in sweat, girl? Are you okay? So, on the docket for this episode is we're going to walk around the ship, explore it, talk with our crew, get to know them, get to know the layout of the new Normandy, and then we are going to read everything there is in the journal.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Ms. Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
We don't trust any of these people.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Joker would like to speak to you on the bridge. Anything else, Commander?
Okay, cool. This is actually very nice. That this is an immediately good addition to point out new things to interact with.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound.
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives.
Actually,
We
I
look
want
out
to
for
Google
human
something real quick.
interests. Advanced human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
Hang on. Fucking phone. I'm gonna double check what things they were involved in the first game to make sure I'm not mixing them up with the other company. I'm gonna smash my phone. Come on. There we go. My they've shrunk my keyboard, so I'm constantly typing things wrong.
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
Right, hang on, here we go. So, yeah, that's what I thought. They were the ones who experimented with the Thorian. Which is weird that that didn't come up in the intro of this game, all things considered. I thought they were the Thorian researchers. They also unleashed the Rachni on the listening posts, accidentally. When their experimental subjects were So, oh god, they were also the ones researching the fucking Rachni. That's what I thought. Okay. They were also involved in the settlements of Chesica, everyone getting turned into husks. Renamed Corporal Tombs claimed Cerberus, lowered them into the Thresher Maw. So they're literally, yeah, I thought that was them, that they were the ones behind the. So literally the reason everyone I knew was attacked by Thresher Maw. Like, what the fuck? I fucking hate these guys. I fucking hate Cerberus. Fuck these people.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
Right.
Your trust is well placed, Kelly.
I knew it would be. Thank you, Shepard.
I don't like
Anything
you.
else you'd like to talk about?
I better go.
Okay. Maybe
I feel like she's saying that
see you up on the bridge, Commander.
for the sake of making me trust her. Team status. Oh shit, okay. Dossier of the veteran, Zaid Masani, combat survival tactics protection. Zaid has stopped talking, taking work recently, but he was last seen on Omega. His reputation as a premier bounty hunter in the galaxy has caught up with him, and he is rumored to be spending his days drinking and shooting would-be rivals. So these are potential recruits. The professor, Dr. Morden Solis, biological weapons expert, light weapons training with Solarian Special Tactics Group. Dr. Morden Solis is a Solarian biological weapons expert whose technology may hold the key to countering collector attacks. He is currently operating in a medical clinic in the slums of Omega. Which, hang on. This guy's also on Omega. Archangel, small unit tactical expertise, omni-tool expert, and noted sniper. Archangel is a mercenary commander whose operations are noted for their tactical expertise and strategic brilliance. He's responsible for high-profile attacks on gang leaders on Omega, can likely be found there. Alright. Miranda, loyalty normal, abilities overload, warp soon to get slam, weapons submachine gun, heavy pistol. So in this case, that I kind of, some of the way they've simplified this, I think is better. Like the fact that in the last game, you were strongly encouraged to only give your allies certain weapons because they'd be trained in them. In this, they will straight up only use the weapons they're good in. I think that's a very smart design choice. The Warlord, Dr. Oker, millennia of combat and strategic experience, rumored familiarity with collector technology, a brilliant, brutal Krogan, the Warlord and Krogan Rebellion's veteran. Oker is obsessed with saving the Krogan from the genophage. It appears he contacted the collectors to gain the necessary technology. Currently at Blue Sun's camp in Corliss. His relationship with the mercenaries is unknown. Loyalty normal. Yeah, okay. Oops. Did not mean to exit. So, I can cycle her appearance, but not his. The convict, Jack, no last name known. Exceptional biotic ability. Note, criminal background currently in custody. Jack is rumored to be the most powerful human biotic. Little else is known, but the subject has a history of violence and should be approached carefully. Currently, Jack is being held on the Turian prison ship Purgatory. Cerberus has negotiated the subject's release. The Master Thief. For a minute, I thought that was going to say Master Chief. Master Chief, we need you. Another alien threat has risen. So I'm gonna be honest, I've low-key considered the idea of doing a sci-fi iteration of my Hero Infinite campaign, where I just blend together the worlds of Mass Effect, Halo, Star Wars, Star Trek, just take all these sci-fi worlds and mush them into each other. Saboteurs, Infiltrator, Extraction, property acquisition, stealth, and agile combat. Subject has stolen extremely valuable resources from Cerberus in the past. Alarm systems, DNA encoders, guards, and various other deterrents were bypassed, and we don't know how. She was last seen on the Citadel. Alright. Review your upgrades. Upgrades improve your squad members' powers, your weapons, your ship, making the mission a success more likely. Acquire new upgrades on mission. Okay, cool, so I don't have any right now. Unread messages. Oh my fucking god. Oh, okay, we'll come back to that. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, we got a lot of emails. So rather than making me run in circles, it looks like they just have one universal elevator.
A scientist is required to use the technical laboratory.
Okay, so that's locked off until we recruit another team member. Jesus fucking Christ, so many fucking codex messages. I wish those UI pop-ups were just a little smaller. This game feels a lot darker tonally. In fact, I think I want to do something real quick. Where is it? Ooh, I hate motion blur. Okay, hang on. Where's the thing I'm looking for? Is it in calibration? Here we go. I'm gonna brighten this a little bit for the YouTube end's sake. Because it'll help, like, darker games look less good on YouTube. It compresses the visuals a lot more. Oh my god, we're in hyperspeed. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fucking cute looking, the little holographic display there.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby! Better than new. It fits me like a glove! And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
I like that his arms aren't actually on the armrest, they're just sitting over it. He's working his arm muscles, you know?
That's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster
already
than
learned
any
this.
organic.
Which makes
I collate
sense.
the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the elusive man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Hate that.
The elusive man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and
I
construction
like the
of the
ominousness
ship.
of that angle.
He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific
Oops.
inquiry?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Good to know if I ever need to turn you off.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I love the scars I have. It's a very good visual reminder constantly of the fact that I'm fucking dead. That I'm a zombie.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Like why
Much
they
of
was
that
trying to
data
mind
is
control
classified.
people.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Fuck you.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Great.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Cool.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the elusive man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
Okay, that's good to know.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block
Figure.
that prevents me from answering that question.
I wonder if I'll be able to hack her.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
I'm mostly just trying to test her here.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Alright. Nice. So I'm wondering, hang on. Can I look at the achievements from here? Nah, I was wondering if there's like, if I was unlocking something from getting this. Whoa, the maps are improved on. I don't like that I can't zoom in and out though. Holy shit, these maps are better. Alright, let's just
We've
keep
got
walking
venting
around.
from the number 16 lithium.
Nope, whatever. I'm sure he'll warm up to how that will make his job easier, but I also completely understand all of his trepidation around the thing. I hate everybody in this fucking ship right now. I hate this company because of the fucked up shit they've done.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded. Using Omni-Tool, computer-aided design, and manufacturing, we have the capability to manufacture several new models.
Okay. Oh god, we can just... Oh, the fact that we can access everybody so much more easily. The M4 Shuriken Machine Pistol. M4 Shuriken Machine Pistol, a common but effective submachine gun, fires 3-round bursts and can be pulsed for a higher rate of fire at the expense of accuracy. The very effective against shields and biotic barriers. I can read. As kinetic barriers have grown in popularity, so has the popularity of submachine guns. Manufactured by the Elkos Company, the Shuriken machine gun has a reputation for being deadly and easy to use, but is weak against armor. The M3 Predator Heavy Pistol. Reliable, accurate sidearm, effective against armor, weak against shield and biotic barriers. Manufactured by the Atlantis Risk Control, the Predator is valued as a powerful, deadly, and relatively inexpensive weapon. While it is not generally deployed in military where kinetic barriers are common, it is still very popular in the Terminus system, where these defenses are less common. The M100 Grenade Launcher. The M100 Grenade Launcher, rapid-fire grenade launcher, favored by the Blood Pack Vulture mercenaries, capable of taking down... Yeah, we've read that already. Oh, what is this? Arc Projector. The Arc Projector ionizes targets with non-visible lasers to ready them for high-voltage electrical attacks. As the lightning-like bolts hit its first target, a sophisticated auto-targeting system paints succeeding targets with ionized lasers, allowing electricity to take the path of least resistance and arc between them. The entire enemy strike team can be shocked to death within a few trigger pulls. Yes, please. I like you. The M23 Katana Shotgun. Common military shotgun, deadly at short range, but ineffective at long range. Very effective against shields and biotic barriers, but weak against armor. Manufactured by Araki Technologies, the katana is a common mercenary weapon, and is also popular on colonies with Varan infestation. M3 Predator, yeah, we've read that one. The Shuriken and the Predator. Okay. Neat. Oh my god. Okay. So I liked the variety of weapons in the last game, but I can already tell with this game going for an intentionally more... It's clearly going to go for a more limited armory, and I'm completely okay with that. Oh my god, that's her. I'd assume. Maybe that could also just be the generator. Hey, Jacob.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
It's good to hear a clear opinion. Sounds like we're two of a kind.
That honors me more than you, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
I like him. I like him a lot.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the elusive man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Essentially, two subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the elusive man's office.
That
When
feels
one
like it's
particle
gonna be very
occupies a
plot
given
oriented.
quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the elusive man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
That's
Why aren't
cool.
these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one linked to each world.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Very cool. Alright, we're at the 20-minute mark, but we're gonna make this episode a little bit longer, just like the last one, as we settle into things and get to know our ship.
What's this area of the ship?
This is
Wanna
the
kiss?
Combat Information Center. Here, the crew receives sensor data and coordinates gunnery and damage control efforts. While Normandy is flown from the bridge, during combat, the commanding officer issues orders from the CIC.
I love this higher amount of diegetic lore delivery. Ooh. Is our captain's cabin gonna be significantly upgraded from the last game? Because I felt like it was pretty lame last time. I have a fish tank. And it's empty. That gives me hope that we're actually gonna... Excuse me, that we're actually gonna see it fill up more over time. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's gonna be collectibles. Okay. Oh, here we go. Achievements. Save your crew from overwhelming attack. Return to active duty. Oh man, this is cool. I like this. Debating if I want to change my casual outfit to something else. think I want, I think I'm gonna keep what I have. But I do think, I've thought about my, color scheme here a little bit, and I think I want to make some changes. So let's quickly... go for a matte coat. I'm gonna go for this more subdued purple. With a purple highlight. And I think I'm gonna keep the coating red. And actually, I think... yeah, I think I want to go for this purple and red combo. I think I like this subdued purple more, actually. But for now, I think I'm gonna have no pattern. I'm hoping I'm gonna unlock more patterns later on. Model of the Normandy. Some terminal. Very neat. They've also made this place way easier to navigate. Alright, let's go to the crew's quarters. Oh, look, it tells us where the team members are, too. God! The subtle improvements are so fucking good. It's such an improvement over the first game, and I like these loading screens a lot. It's a shame that the game loads so quickly, almost. Okay.
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, it was her first birthday.
Well, my family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
There's definitely been some refinements in the visual designs in this game. Oh, the restrooms. Jeez. Not the most private showers, huh? Not the most private anything. Let's be naughty and go in the men's restroom.
Shepard, the women's restroom is on the starboard side of the ship.
I like that it comments on it. Alright. Oof. Deja vu kick right here.
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That's a terrible tray
Real
design.
nice, Mr. Gardner.
Nice improvements with the kitchen. Oh, and look, windows to the med area.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. As Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
I definitely like him.
Do you have everything you need?
I make do, but have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I love him immediately.
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the
Don't
job
like that.
done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried.
They also
so
mind
deep
control
up their
people.
butt puckers they can't see squat. It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
How did you find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the Ezo rigs
You're a
along
family
the
guy?
frontier? I was happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook. I needed to make a difference. I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help. Be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
I won't take any more of your time.
One of the most
Back
important
to
members of the
work.
crew right there. Little hibernation pods.
The gunnery officer is required to access the gunnery control station.
So where my office was in the last game is her office. That's neat.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If
I
I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, you
The
know, by
Solarians have the
researching
special
mind
task group.
control and
The
zombie
Asari have their
viruses.
legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
I find all of this really hard to believe, considering I was fighting alien zombies that you guys made.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Yeah, by fucking fuck! I want to be able to bring it up and get pissed at them.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific. But we're all working towards the same goal. We keep our
Fuck
ranks
you.
and structures similar to the Alliance. A lot of our recruits started there. But not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
It sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander, whatever you need.
What's... That's just a window into the hull? How does anybody get information from these fucking computer screens? They're at least mildly better than the last game's UIs. But Jesus. They're terrible looking. Like, if they can only display solid orange, at that point just give me a normal fucking screen.
What's this area of the ship?
The sick bay. It is equipped to provide short-term emergency care. In the event of critical injury, personnel must be transferred to a fully equipped medical facility. Access to the AI core is restricted.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
Nice to see a familiar face, Doctor.
I feel the same. I wish more of the original crew could be here. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings
I'm really
with
glad to have
Cerberus
her
will
back.
be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
I was enjoying some candy while having that conversation. It's good to have her back. Definitely much bigger than the original ship. I'm not seeing my little fucking Jeep. They better not have taken away my Jeep thing.
What's this area of the ship?
Normandy's cargo deck. It includes facilities to rearm and repair Normandy's embarked ground vehicle and shuttle.
My last ship didn't need a shuttle. Why do we have one?
This ship is nearly twice the mass of the previous Normandy. It is more difficult to land the ship on high-gravity worlds.
Fair. Ooh, weirdly asymmetrical.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
I love the two of them immediately.
Where'd you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seem to be doing that.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just
I
wish
really
it
hope
didn't
I get
take
to
so
see
long
Geth
to
in this
calibrate
game.
the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there is an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you she would.
This is the AI core? Or is this the engine? No, this is probably this is the Mass Effect engine. I want to jump into it and float around and get crushed into a fine pulp. Alright, let's go down these stairs. Let's get to know the layout of my ship. I wonder if we're gonna have a fight on this ship. Like, that feels like an immediate reason for them to have made it bigger. No, is it? God, do they sleep down here? Jesus. Or maybe it's a little place to catch quick naps when they're on break without having to take the elevator up and down if they don't want to.
Access to this room is currently restricted.
Alright. Alright. Let's go read all of our mail.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Ugh. Alright. Jesus Christ. On the off chance, message from Anderson, from Council Anderson. On the off chance that the rumors are true and you actually are alive, I need you to come and talk to me at the Citadel. The law has changed in the last 2 years. You put me on the council, and it's only fair that you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. Deal struck with Zahid Masani from the Elusive Man, Shepard. We reached an agreement with a veteran mercenary, Zahid Masani. You may know the name. Zahid has been involved in some of the best known and some utterly unknown military operations in the Terminus system, and is feared as a ruthless, relentless bounty hunter. I felt you might need a man of his skills on your mission, so I arranged to have him join you. You'll find him on Omega, where he's wrapping up his current bounty. Don't worry about his fee. We've taken care of that, personally. Lost contact with survey ship. From Project Firewalker. Commander, the MSV Rosaline, a survey ship with Cerberus connections, has gone missing. Sorry, I have a cold, so I'm gonna make 6 sounds every now and again. The winter season is terrible for me because I have a horrible immune system. The server team was field testing. Excuse me. A new prototype, the Hammerhead Planet-Side Exploration Rover. In addition, I wonder if that's gonna. Maybe we're gonna have to do that to actually unlock the Jeep this time. We're not gonna start with it. That's cool. In addition, scientist Dr. Manuel Casey and Dr. Robert O'Loy, are aboard the MSV Rosalind and conducting research for us. We need you to find the ship, her survey team, and the doctors. The MSV Rosalind was last seen near planet Ziona, Alastarius Mark Frontier. Okay. Normandy crash site located. From Admiral Heckett, Commander Shepard, our scans in the Amanda system have turned up something we thought you should see. The final location of the wreckage of the SSV Normandy. We thought this news might be important to you. Hang on, who was it that sent that to me? Okay. Where was I? I lost my place. Might be important to you. We also have an ulterior motive. The Alliance would like to honor the Normandy with a monument to be built on the site of the ship's final resting place. We'd like to invite you to place the monument and be the first to walk on the site. There are still 20 crew members unaccounted for from the attack on the Normandy. If you find any signs of these lost crewmen, we ask that you report them to the Alliance so that those heroes' families might find some closure. Godspeed to you, Commander. Recon Hood, from the Elusive Man. Shepard, it occurred to our armor technicians that you may not want to show your face everywhere you go. They sent by a hood that Cerberus issues to its covert operatives. It has an additional microframe function that you might like. The hood is in your quarters. Overlord. Shepard. One of our cells just went off the grid without explanation. Project Overlord has been experimenting with highly volatile technologies. I need you to investigate. Their work is extremely compartmentalized, enough that I can't divulge operation details over this channel. You'll find them on planet Ati in the Typho system, in the Phoenix Massing Cluster. Please use care in this matter. Arc Projector, from the Elusive Man. Shepard. We recently had an incident involving Geth. Yeah, we're gonna fight more robots! At one of our outposts in the Scalian Verge. Don't worry, I'm not sending you to chase anything down. Our operatives waged a highly successful battle against the Geth scouting party and credited their success to the new advanced electrical attack device that finally let them take out the lab. We finally let them take out a lab. Since your unit is being reassigned for some rest and relaxation, I thought you should take custody of the weapon in the meantime. I wonder if these were like pre-order bonuses, the hood and the weapon. The weapon is called the Arc Projector. I sent it to Normandy's armory so you can examine it for yourself and use it if you deem it worthy. It's gone through plenty of tests that indicate the overloads kinetic barriers and synthetic enemies particularly well. But laboratory demonstrations are poor substitute for actual field reports. We know it works. Now we want you to see what it can do in the right hands. If all goes well, we'll use your tactics to train other operatives. Rendezvous with Kazumi Gato from the Elusive Man. Shepard. Give me asthma. Acts up real bad when I have colds. A great cost and effort, we have tracked down the master thief Kazumi Gato and convinced her to work with you. Very few people have ever heard of her, and fewer have claimed to have seen her in person. She's unequal in stealth and infiltration, and her skills will prove invaluable in your mission. Travel to the Zerakai Ward of the Citadel. There you will find a special terminal that differs from the usual. Input the password Silence is Golden to begin the rendezvous. Ascension Financial Service, your account. From Stockwind Dobus Banking Agent, Ascension Financial Service of Earth. Hello, Commander Shepard. Thank you for submitting your updated medical documentation. Your status has been changed from deceased to alive. After deducting a modest administration fee for closing the file, the subsequent charge in status and reactivation of your account, you have a remaining balance of, what is that, 100,000 credits. God, I had so much more than that, fuck you. Thank you for banking with Ascension Financial Service. We look forward to working with you. Are you protecting your greatest assets? We will find the best life insurance rates coverage to fit your needs. Reply for a free quote today. Alright. Phone, stop. Alarm on my phone was going off. I'm stuck. Okay. If that wasn't enough reading for all of you, we still got the Codex and real quick journal. Okay. Oh my god, there's a lot more missions, huh? Oh god, this is gonna be a lot. I hope this is gonna be better than the last game's navigation of quests. Alright, let's get into this.
The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council.
Hang on.
An all-female
This is all
race,
stuff we heard in the last
Asari
game.
reproduced through a form of parthenogenesis. The second species to join the Citadel, the Solarians, are warm-blooded amphibians with a hyperactive metabolism. Solarians think fast, talk
I'm just
fast.
skimming through these to see if there's something new.
1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel's.
Yeah, a lot of this is stuff we already knew.
50,000 years ago, the
Jesus
Protheans
Christ.
were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning.
Alright, that's all stuff we already know from the first game.
In the early 2160s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge, much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the
it sounds like
Batarians
we're the
petitioned
assholes
the
here.
Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians
I feel
closed
bad
their
for the
Citadel
Batarians.
embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skyllian Blitz of 2176.
Right, yeah,
An
we
attack
know
on
that.
the living beyond the
Jesus.
Omega-4 mass relay and the Terminus
This is new.
systems, the mysterious Collector species is glimpsed so rarely as to be taken for a myth by most in galactic society. In reality, Collectors are human-sized insectoid bipeds and can resemble massive winged beetles. They are a terrifying force in the galaxy, responsible for the murder of hundreds of thousands. Collectors generate permanent stasis fields around themselves, creating nightmarish red-shifted energy fields. In battle, they hold position whenever possible, relying on their aggressive biotics and nearly limitless power. Several types of bipedal collectors have been identified, including minions, defenders, zealots, assassins, and artillery operators. Acting together, collectors have imprisoned entire cities in stasis. While no definite forensic accounting exists to explain the fate of those imprisoned, leading speculation is that victims are harvested for scientific experimentation and neurobiological repurposing.
Jesus.
The Elcor
These
are a
boys.
Citadel species native to the high-gravity world Dakuna. They are
We know them.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians. The Hanar are a Citadel species known for excessive politeness. The Krogan evolved in a hostile and
This is all
vicious
stuff we know from the
environment.
first game.
Until the invention of gunpowder weapons, driven from their home system by the Geth nearly a myth common to several cultures in the galaxy. Reapers were imagined to be space monsters who consumed entire stars.
Smash.
Archaeologists and mythologists attempting to uncover sources for such myths have yielded little, except interstellar religious themes of all-consuming devils common to primitive cultures. The Volus are a member species of the Citadel.
All right.
The Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance, and answer.
This is all stuff we
A
know.
political economic pact for collective colonial security. The Alliance is the central galactic institution of human society. The Alliance gained associate membership to the Citadel Council in 2165, and full membership in 2183, with Ambassador David Anderson representing humanity. Human political economic relationships vary between
Some of this is
combative
new.
and lucrative. The Turians, who'd fought humans during the 2157 First Contact War, have become valuable trade partners, despite residual social hostility. Other relationships are even more complicated. The rapid rise of human political influence on the Council, achieving in decades what others waited or are still waiting centuries to acquire, has galvanized suspicion and resentment against humanity. That negativity is vastly outweighed by the respect and trust humanity earned by saving the Council during the 2183 attack on the Citadel, at the cost of Alliance cruisers Cairo, Cape Town, Emden, Jakarta, Madrid, Seoul, Shenyang, and Warsaw, and their 2,400 crew.
All right, what's going on here?
Immediately following the First Contact War, an anonymous extranet manifesto warned that an alien attempt at human genocide was inevitable. The manifesto called for an army, a Cerberus, to guard against invasion through the Charon Relay.
Hey, these guys.
Branded as survivalist rhetoric written by an elusive man, the manifesto and its anonymous author soon fell off the media radar. But in 2165, terrorists stole antimatter from the SSV Geneva. The sole figure arrested named his sponsor Cerberus. Throughout the 2160s and 2170s, alleged Cerberus agents assassinated politicians, sabotaged starships bearing Ezo, and conducted nightmarish experiments on aliens and humans. Denounced as human supremacist, Cerberus calls itself human survivalist.
I hate them.
Counter-terror experts speculate Cerberus may have changed leadership with its recent shift to stockpiling ships, agents, and weapons. Whether he, she, or they, the elusive man hides his finances hidden behind shell companies. Few doubt he will kill anyone attempting to expose him. The reclusive tycoon calling himself the elusive man is a human nationalist focused on advancing human interests, whatever the cost to non-humans.
I hate this.
The Citadel Council
I hate that
regards
I'm
him as
working
a
for this
fanatic,
man.
posing a serious threat to galactic security. A mysterious maverick, to say the least, the elusive man heads the Cerberus network. Dubbed the Elusive Empire by investigators, Cerberus is an allegedly untraceable syndicate of private intelligence agencies, biotics laboratories, engineering and scientific research teams, and lucrative front companies. Branded a terrorist and seditionist organization by authorities, Cerberus is the only human power base other than the Terra Firma Party, strong enough to embarrass, if not threaten, the Council and its human representatives. Freedom's Progress colony was once a typical Alliance settlement, but following complete communications blackout and its apparent destruction, is now a lightning rod for anxiety and dread in the galactic human community. The communications blackout followed an upgrade of the colony's small military force, supplemented by mechs and security drones, with high-powered tower-mounted Guardian lasers. Colonists complained about construction cost overruns, delays, noise, and damage to the local environment. They also feared the defense array could be seen as provocative to their world's neighbors. Such fears may not have been baseless. Authorities have still offered no explanation for the communications blackout, fueling rumors of plagues, natural disasters, or occult-inspired mass suicide. Located in strategically insignificant space, Freedom's Progress colony had once offered residents spectacular rainbows, lush marshlands, and stunning mountain ranges. Its potential as an agricultural settlement and tourism wonderland rivaled that of any Alliance colony. The Systems Alliance space vehicle Normandy is a prototype starship created as a joint human and Turian venture.
We know all this already.
A frigate optimized for reconnaissance missions, the vessel uses state-of-the-art stealth technology. With elaborate secrecy, Cerberus labored for years to build a new, superior Normandy. The vehicle's many alterations produced a craft nearly double the original size, requiring an even larger Tantalus drive core to compensate. The new Normandy features greater space in living quarters, research laboratory, observation deck, and cargo bay. Its shuttle can make landings the Normandy cannot attempt. In addition to tight beam communicators, Normandy's Quantum Entanglement Communicator, QEC, provides instantaneous contact with the elusive man. The Enhanced Defense Intelligence AI coordinates many of the ship's combat functions, assisting and even supplanting human piloting. Potential upgrades are numerous. The airframe could support additional armor and an axial mass accelerator. The thrusters could support recent advances in fuel technology beyond H2O2 chemical rockets. And the hull can mount double the standard number of kinetic barrier projectors, leaving space for stronger shields.
So why doesn't it already have these things?
Via the new ESO drive core. The Systems Alliance UT-47 drop shuttle landing craft holds 12 soldiers in a cramped, uncomfortable cargo bay and 2 more in the cockpit. Officially named the Kodiak, the drop shuttle is better known to Alliance Marines as the Combat Cockroach due to its appearance and durability. The vehicle's robust environmental sealant technology exposes few vulnerable parts to the elements. First tested in the sulfuric acid clouds and extreme temperatures of Venus, the Kodiak can land in hard vacuum, high pressure, and temperatures from near absolute zero to over 900 degrees Celsius. A true contragravitic vehicle, the Kodiak's substantial Element Zero core allows flight by entirely countering the vehicle's mass. Its small thrusters are for directional control only. So if the mass effect field fails, the vehicle becomes a proverbial 3 million credit coffin. The unarmed shuttle forgoes weaponry space for active masking, electronic countermeasures, and a robust kinetic barrier system, ideal for dropping troops undetected.
All right.
Biotics is the ability of rare individuals
already
to
know about
manipulate
this.
When subjected to an
We know
electrical
about this.
current, the rare Element Zero can increase or decrease mass.
Hope you watched the
relays
first
or feats of
playthrough.
Prothean engineering advanced far beyond the technology.
Not
of
Prothean.
Omni tools
Ooh,
are
more
handheld
Loranese.
devices that combine a computer microframe, sensor analysis pack, and manufacturing fabricator. Versatile and reliable, an Omni tool can be used to analyze and adjust the functionality of most standard equipment,
holographic?
including weapons and armor, from a distance. The fabrication module can rapidly assemble small three-dimensional objects from common reusable industrial plastics, ceramics, and light alloys. This allows for field repairs and modifications to most standard items, as well as the reuse of salvaged equipment. Omni tools are standard issue. Medigel is a common medicinal salve used by paramedics, EMTs, and military personnel. It combines several useful applications: a local anesthetic, disinfectant, and clotting agent.
Yeah, we heard this last time. Oops. Alright, now for secondary lore that I'm gonna be reading. Oh god, there's so much. Sorry, biology. Sorry, culture. Oh, is it carrying over the journal entries I got in the last game? Military doctrine, religion. I think that's new. Hang on. I think some of this might be new. Oh god, it's so hard to know what's new and what's old. Ugh. have one gender, they're not asexual, they provide 2 copies of their own gene to their offspring. Reproduction is easy for Asari. The evolved ability to consciously control nerve impulses, very similar to biotic training. And, okay, this is actually some new stuff. Asari have a robust cellular regenerative system. While they do not heal faster than other species, Asari are known to reach 1,000 years of age. Although... excuse me, oh my god. Although Asari only have one gender, they are not asexual, and Asari provides 2 copies of their own genes to offspring. The second set is altered in a unique process called melding. Oh, so when I melded minds with those other 2 Asari in the last game, I was fucking them, understood. During melding, an Asari consciously attunes her nervous system to her partner's, sending and receiving electrical impulses directly through the skin. The partner can be another Asari, or an alien of either gender. Effectively, the Asari and her partner briefly become one unified nervous system. This unique means of reproduction is the reason Asari are talented biotics. Their evolved ability to consciously control nerve impulses is very similar to biotic training. Asari believe that their offspring acquire the best qualities of the father from melded genes, but evidence is anecdotal. Asari pass through 3 climactic life stages, marked by biochemical and psychological changes. The mating stage begins at birth and is marked by a drive to explore and experience. Most young Asari are curious and restless. The matron stage of life begins at age of 350, though it can be triggered earlier if individual melds frequently. This period is marked by a desire to settle in one area and raise children. The matriarch stage begins around 700, or earlier if the individual melds rarely. The matriarch becomes active in their community as a sage and counselor, dispensing wisdom from centuries of experience. While each God, my asthma. While each stage of life is marked by strong biological tendencies, individuals do make unexpected life choices. For example, there are maidens who stay close to home rather than explore, and matrons who would rather work than build a family, and matriarchs have no interest in community affairs. Because of their long life, Asari tend to have a long view not common of other races. They are like elves. When they encounter new species or situations, the Asari are more comfortable with the extended period of passive observation and study than immediate action. They are unfazed that some of their investments or decisions may not pay off for decades or centuries. Matriarchs can seem to make incomprehensible decisions, but their insight is evident when their carefully laid plans come to fruition. In interstellar relations, this long view manifests an unspoken policy of centrism. The Asari instinctively seek to maintain stable balance of economic and political and military power. Traditionally, Asari spread their influence through cultural denominations and intellectual superiority. They invite new species of advanced development to join the galactic community, knowing that their ideals and beliefs will inevitably influence existing culture. The Asari came late to the concept of world government. For centuries, their homeworld of Thassia was dotted with loose confederations of great republican cities. The closest earthly equivalent would be the ancient Mediterranean city-states. Since the Asari culture valued consensus and accommodation, there was little impetus to form larger principalities. Rather than hoard resources, the Asari bartered freely. Rather than attack one another over different philosophies, they sought to understand one another. Only in the information age, the city-states grow close. City-states grow close. Communication over internet evolved into electronic democracy. Asari have no politicians or elections, but a free-wheeling, all-inclusive legislature that citizens can participate in at will. Policy debates take place at all hours of the day, in official chat rooms and forums moderated by specially programmed virtual intelligence. All aspects of policy are open to plebiscite? I don't know what that is, at any time. In any given debate, the Asari tend to lend the most credence to the opinions of any matriarchs present, nearly always deferring to the experience of the millennia-old wise women. Archiving consensus through public debate may take too long in a crisis. In cases where prompt, decisive action is required, the Asari defer to the wisdom of local matriarchs. The Asari this is a lot of new lore and I'm digging it. Again, sorry, asthma acting up back to my cold. The Asari God, hang on. I think I need to crack open my new inhaler that I've had sitting on my desk. It's still in the bag from CBS. Oh. I had to work out in the rain at work, and I think I'm worried I might have is it pneumonia? Is that what I'm? No, not pneumonia. God, that pneumonia is a chemical, isn't it? There's a lung sickness you can catch, like basically a cold located in lungs, because I don't feel nauseous or anything, but I've been really short of breath, coughing, and tired all day. And let me make sure I'm doing this right. No. This is gonna make me lightheaded. Ooh, still has the cover on it. Hang on. There we go. Got 203 more doses of that. Would you believe that's the first time I've used an inhaler since middle school? As I started to hit puberty, my asthma kind of went away, but now that I'm hitting starting to hit the adulthood stages where the body stops growing, it's coming back. The Asari military resembles a collection of tribal warrior bands with no national structure. Each community organizes its own units as the locals see fit and elect leaders to command them. Units from populous cities are large and well-equipped, while those from farm villages may be only a few women with smaller arms. There is no uniform. Everyone wears what they like. The Asari military is not an irregular militia, however. Those who serve are full-time professionals. I think we know all of this. I remember reading this one in the last game, and it looks like it's the same. Asari religion. The pantheistic mainstream Asari religion is Siari, which translates roughly to all is one. The faithful agree on a certain core thesis. The universe is a consciousness. Every life within it is an aspect of a greater whole, and death is a merging of one's spiritual energy back into the greater universal consciousness. Ciaricists don't specifically believe in reincarnation. They believe that the spiritual energy returned to the universal consciousness upon death will eventually be used to fill new mortal vessels. Ciari became popular after the Asari left their homeworld and discovered their ability to meld with nearly any life form. This ability is seen as proof that all life is fundamentally similar. Ciari priestess see their role as promoting unity between disparate shards of universal awareness. Before the rise of Ciari pantheism, Asari religions were as diverse as their political opinions. The strongest survivor of those days is the monotheistic religion worshipping the goddess Athame. Like Asari, the goddess cycles through triple aspects of maiden, matron, and matriarch. Very cool. Solarian biology. This looks like it's, just the combination of a couple of articles from the last one. Solarian culture. Looks like it's the same as stuff we read previously. Solarian government. I believe we read that last time. Yep. League of One. I remember we were finding a bunch of things about that. That's their secret military group, right? Yeah. Romans held no particular rank. Yeah. Sorry. Dispatched team for hunters. Yeah, I remember that. Solarian military doctrine. We know about this. Don't strike until you know you've already won. Special task groups. I think this is something we know. Even if we didn't specifically read about it, I believe we learned about all of this through a bunch of lore. But I'm scrolling through it so you guys can pause and try and read if you'd like. Turian biology. Turian culture. This was all stuff we know from the last game. Turian government. I love how vast and different the cultures are. Turian military doctrine. Turian religion is new. Although, which is interesting that there doesn't seem to be a Solarian religion. They are non-religious people, it seems. Although Turians have a strict moral code, their brief individual responsibility means that the concept of good and evil are simply... Oh, no, we do know this. Yeah, I know about that. About the time the Solarians and Asari were forming the Council, the Turians were embroiled in a bitter civil war. The Unification War, as it was later named, began with hostilities between the colonies furthest from the Turian homeworld, Palavian. These colonies... Oh, wait, we read about this. We've read about this. Alright. Extinct races, Prothean beacons... Prothean ciphers. The data disks. Mars ruins. The Rachni. Not actually extinct because I saved one queen. Non-council races, Geth armatures, Creeper. Aw, man. Or no, sorry, it's Keepers. My bad. Keeper biology. Oh no, this is Krogan biology. Oh no, this is new. Is this new? Hang on, this might not be. I think some of this is new to us. The Krogan evolved in a lethal ecology. Over millions of years ago, the grim struggle to survive larger predators, virulent disease, and resource scarcity on their homeworld, Tushanka, turned the lizards into quintessential survivors. Perhaps the most telling indicator of Tashanka's lethality is the Krogan's eyes. Although they are predator species by any standard definition, their eyes evolved to be wide-set, as Earth's prey species, like deer and cattle. Krogan eyes have a 240-degree arc of vision, better suited for spotting enemies sneaking up on them than for pursuit. Physically, Krogans are nigh indestructible, with a tough hide impervious to any melee weapon short of molecular blade. While they feel pain, it does not affect their ability to concentrate. They have multiple functioning examples of all major organs, and can often survive the loss of one or two of any type. Rather than a nervous system, they have an electrical conductive secondary circulatory system. That's fucking cool. A Krogan can never be paralyzed and may lose some of this fluid, but it can be replaced by the body in time. That's so cool. That's so fucking cool. I love the Krogans. They're my favorite species, I think. The hump on a Krogan's back stores water and fats that the Krogans can serve the Krogan in lean times. Larger humps are a point of pride. Being well fed implies the Krogan is a superior predator. Most widely known biological feature of the Krogan is their incredible birth rate and rapid maturity. Once freed from hostile conditions of Tachanka, the Krogan population swelled to numberless hordes. Only the genophage kept them from outbreeding the combined council races. Now, the rare Krogan females capable of birthing a child to term are treated like a strategic resource. Warlords will trade them at diplomacy, or more frequently, fight wars over them. The harsh Krogan homeworld condition, or the harsh Krogan homeworld conditions, the way that's worded is weird. The harsh Krogan homeworld conditions, the Krogan psychology for toughness, just as it... Is that supposed to be hardened, the Krogan's psychology for toughness, as it did the body? Krogans have always had a tendency to be selfish, unsympathetic, and blunt. They respect strength and self-reliance, and are neither surprised nor offended by treachery. The weak and selfless do not live long in their culture. Looking out for number one, I think we know this. Yeah, this is stuff we know. The genophage. Krogan rebellion. Krogan military doctrine. This is another one where I don't think we ever specifically read this in the other game, but we know it just from, like, talking with characters. Quarian economy. Quarian government. I wish more of these had images. Quarian law and defense. This might be new. Although Conclave established civil law, much as any plant-based democracy, enforcements and trials are more unique. After the flight of the Geth, there are... Oh, wait, okay, no, never mind. We have read this. Quarian pilgrimage. Quarian religion. Alright, cool. Non-sapient creatures. Husks. Thresher Maws. Theron. Cerberus Project Overlord. Overlord. 2 beautiful moons. 1 spectacular ring. 0 neighbors. Says a popular advertisement for the Terminus system world. Ait is known for its sparsely settled population, despite being a garden planet with a colony nearly a century old. Blessed by a mild climate, wildlife no more dangerous than on Earth, and soil and bacteria amenable to imported plants, Ait would appear to be an unexplored paradise. However, it is unpopular for two reasons. First, and the most obvious, is its moon, Lati. Excuse me. I remember this planet is an unstable orbit that will lead to the planetary impact and extinction level events within the next 2 centuries. As such, all investments in the planet are short term, and the biggest business is selling off the local biota to the highest bidder. The second drawback is the level of violence on the planet. Like the rest of the Phoenix Massing cluster, Ait was briefly considered part of Citadel space during the first wave of colonization. However, when the colony broke off to become an independent planet in 2133, the Council let the doomed planet go with less than a day of debate. Free from any real governing body, Ait's history has since been filled with wars between small frontier towns, city-states, and city-states over resources. The result is a dangerous world where the average citizen is expected to be self-reliant to the point of fending for themselves against cutthroat corporations, strong-arm militia groups, and even Geth incursion. So this planet is where it's going on. I see. I missed that. The fighting is so frequent that the name of the planet itself has changed more than 11 times. A sign of blunt indifference, the standard Citadel galaxy map refers to the world by the name given to it by human colonists in the latter half of the century. Citadel Galactic Government, the Citadel Convention. Yeah, okay, yeah, we know about this. I remember reading this. Citadel Council. Anyone who wants to read these on YouTube, feel free to pause. Citadel Space. Citadel Station, Security Service, CSEC. Citadel Foundations. Presidium Ring. Ooh, Jesus. Serpent's Nebula. Yeah, I remember reading this. Citadel Station Statistics. Citadel Station Wards. Treaty of Ferrixon. Due to destructive potential of dreadnoughts. Oh yeah, I know about that. The 531. Humanity System Alliance, Earth. First Contact War. Jump Zero. Oop, Jesus. Genetic Engineering. Yeah, a lot of these are inherited from the last game, I think. Genealogical Survey. System Alliance Military Doctrine. Military Jargon. Military ranks. Alliance N7. Terra Firma Party. Timeline. Hang on. Aku's attack, retaliation, Scalian Blitz. 2183, Geth led by a rogue Spectre Saren Atreus attacks the Citadel. Ensuing battle cost thousands of lives. A few weeks later, the SSV Normandy's ambushed and destroyed. Commander Shepard presumed dead. God, literally just a couple weeks difference. Ilos. Veermeyer. Ships and vehicles, FTL drives, FTL drive appearance. I'm upset that these don't have just, like, at the very least, the imported images from the first game overhead. FTL drive charge. Combat endurance. General tactics. It's nice realizing that most of this is just the stuff we read in the last game, because it's saving me time, kinda. Planetary assaults. Hang on. Boop. Boop. Pursuit tactics. Trans-relay assault. Carriers. Crew consideration. Cruiser, yeah, okay. Fighters. Heat management. Sensors. You know, I'm doing this that people watching on YouTube, if they really want to, can pause and read. Thrusters. Ablative armor. Guardian lasers. Technology. Biotic amps. Life as a biotic. Biotic training. Communications. Communication administration. Methodology. Artificial intelligence. Haptic adaptive interface. Hang on. I think this is new. Either that or I just don't remember. Advances in computing have done away with traditional input devices like keyboards. Instead, modern input peripherals are usually holographic displays in front of the user at a height and angle for ergonomic ease. Machines that use this interface detect the user through a microframe chip, and the user's glove that keys into the computer. Once a user is accepted, motion accelerometers in the user's glove match his hand location with that of the proportionate but smaller mirror sets of controls inside the computer itself. As the user presses against the holographic field, force feedback in the glove kicks in, giving a slight resistance. A person can then feel his way through using a touchscreen that isn't actually there. A simple toggle switch on the back of the hand allows the gloves to be turned off when not in use. The haptic interfaces have become so common that some individual undergoes cybernetic enhancement surgery to have accelerometers implanted in their fingertips. Going bearskin is the sign of a committed computer user who no longer has to fuss about putting on gloves or cleaning them with alcohol wipes to get rid of the clammy hand smell. Virtual intelligence. Credits. drones. Security mechs. This, I think, is new. The death of thousands of security and military personnel in the Battle of the Citadel was a loss felt throughout the galaxy. As large numbers of qualified personnel transferred to the Citadel to replace those that died, short-handed security companies filled out their numbers with large-scale use of unmanned security robots, commonly referred to as mechs. The security robots are typically grouped into light and heavy varieties. Light mechs come in a variety of sizes, but are easily distinguished by opposable digits that help them... help them in their versatile security roles. Heavy mechs lack digits and are simply weaponized platforms intended to keep keep the peace in high threat areas. Quadrupedal dog mechs that has a face composed of contraband detection sensors and is too armed in case of perpetrator resisting arrest. A typical security mech has an extremely limited virtual intelligence. God, this feels like we're dancing on a dangerous area considering the existence of Geth. Its duty is straightforward and narrow, usually to guard an area, run a friend or foe program to halt unauthorized access, and fire a set of pre-recorded voice commands to warn troublemakers away from an area. Light security mechs are equipped with irritant sprays and electroshockers to force compliance, and heavy mechs may be outfitted with flashbang stunners or simply for similar purposes. When facing an opponent armed with firearms, any mech with will immediately resort to lethal anti-personnel weapons to neutralize the threat. If the situation turns violent rapidly enough, it may not even use its warnings. The security mechs are frowned upon for actual military duty. Though tough enough to survive most firefights, their IVs simply does not have the program to plan an ambush, rescue a hostage, or treat the wounded, or any of the countless other objectives that soldiers must be able to perform on the fly. Weapon armor and equipment, body armor. You know about this. Kinetic barriers. Ooh, nice art. Mass accelerators. No mention of why we need to reload now. Impact. Field. Permitting projectile velocity. Small arms. Scaled accelerators. Their personal weapons plateau in performance. Oh, hang on, this is new. Modern infantry weapons are micro-scaled mass accelerators using mass-reducing fields and magnetic force to propel miniature slugs at lethal speed. Nearly every gun in the battlefield is laden with features, from targeting auto-assist to projectile shavers that can generate thousands of rounds of ammunition from small internal blocks of metal. It was thought that the personal weapons had plateaued in performance, but the Geth proved all theories wrong. Mathematically reviewing combat logs, the Geth found that in an age of kinetic barriers, most firefights were won by the side who could put the most rounds down range the fastest, but combatants were forced to deliberately shoot slower to manage waste of heat, or pause as their weapons vented. Yeah, I remember that. That's how it worked in the first game. To eliminate this inefficiency, the Geth adopted a detachable heat sink known as a thermal clips. While organic arms manufacturers were initially doubtful this would produce a net gain, well-trained soldiers can eject and swap thermal clips in under a second. Faced with superior enemy firepower, organic armies soon followed the Geth lead. Today, battlefields are littered with these thermal clips. So that's the lore of why we need ammo now. That is cool, because if that didn't get answered, I was literally about to go and Google that to check. Okay, that makes sense. So we have ammo now because the guns overheat. Now, if I haven't run out of ammo in a gun yet, I think what would be a really cool decision then from a gameplay perspective is let the player keep firing if their gun runs out of ammo, but it just now needs to do the cooldown effect. And if I was to make a tabletop campaign out of this, I would do it like that. But anyway, Jesus. Ooh, that's the wrong keyboard on my lap. I'm glad I didn't just accidentally stop recording by hitting the wrong button. With all of that out of the way, this is what I wanted. I think it's time for us to finally end this episode of Mass Effect. Jesus Christ, it was almost 2 hours. Hope you all enjoyed the incredibly long intro episodes, because from here on out, length is gonna slow down a lot more. We've gotten all of the important intro stuff out of the way. You know, we had the big flashy intro episode where we got all of the main players of the plot and the establishment. We got this one where I got to know my ship and did a bunch of lore stuff. Next time, we're gonna start taking missions, looking at quests, and we're gonna start returning to the roughly 20-minute episodes again, ending with a reading of things in the journal. Hope you've all been enjoying this episode, and cards appearing in a moment. Love you very, very much, and ta-ta for now.